Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Be Your Own Hero Show. I'm just now realizing I don't have my coat. Oh, shoot. I don't have my coat. All right. It's all right. It's all right. Anyway, welcome to the Be Your Own Hero Show without my coat. And I'm your host. I'm Sekou Wrights. And I am an author. And I will take this moment to put my my cover art, cover art up. Hack your pain now. Hack your pain now. This is a book that I wrote before I had the stroke. Before I had the stroke. So this is something that was lying around and seemed to be the right time to help others through their pain. Help others through their pain, just like it's helping me through my pain. It's helping me through my pain because I am still reading my book. Let me tell you, I'm still reading my book. I share it. I share it. All right. Shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me to work here. Work here by work I mean by work here I mean just working in terms of me working it out as a man recovering from a stroke. Like because there's so many little things, there's so many little things that have to be tweaked. And being here and practicing every day means a lot. It means a lot. So great, huge shout out to them for allowing me to 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 try to try. All right. And quick disclaimer: I am not a personal trainer. Although, yeah, I don't see how anyone could think I am now, a personal trainer or a financial advisor. Okay. All right. So typically I would do one streak. Well, I would typically do one streak past couple of days, and then I would go to the money. But what I'm going to do on Fridays, I'm going to try on Fridays to let Fridays be the day when I talk about the stroke because people are thinking that I'm well. Like people are thinking that I am well. Some people some people think that ah, man, it hurts me to say it. Right? It hurts me to say it, but someone just reached out to me and said that she just realized that I had a stroke. Like last night, I was like, last night, like that's a long ways. That's a long ways. So I'm going to do a couple things. And one, on Fridays, I'm going to plan to speak about everything that's happened with my stroke throughout the week. And number two, I'm going to bring my picture back. Bring my picture back, and I'm going to rock with that picture as my ongoing repartee with me because the picture is what got the person's attention. I'm sure seeing this picture of me made her think, oh wow, something happened to him. Let me see what happened. And so this picture is about to be my wingman. This picture is about to be my wingman, especially on Fridays, because because I've gotten so much attention since yesterday. Since yesterday, think about that. Since yesterday, I've gotten attention, and I haven't gotten attention in the same kind of way in a long while. And as you know, if you saw the show yesterday, you know I was feeling it yesterday. I was feeling it yesterday. I was feeling it. And just now I've been playing with it since. I've been, staring at the picture, staring at the picture, staring at the picture. and thinking about all the things that I was going through then, all the things I was going through. Because looking at the picture, I look fine. I look like I can complete a complete sentence. I look like I know who I am. I look like I know who's taking the picture. I don't know any of those things, right? I couldn't speak. I didn't know who I was. I didn't. Mm, mm. Anyway, so I want to use this picture as tantamount to where I've been and where I've come from, where I've been and where I've come from to this day, right? And so let me tell you a little bit about what's happened since yesterday. So yesterday, I told you someone I just saw it. Someone said you had a stroke. I didn't realize you had a stroke. So just yesterday, got hip to this fact because of my picture, right? So that's that. That's first thing. And so I again, that's why I'm going to be using this picture. And also, someone sent me some money. Someone sent me some money. Y'all just gave me a donation out of nowhere. I was like, what happened? Like, what happened? And this is a woman who I've known a long time. She's been supportive of me. And yesterday, she just decided to give me some money. And I was like, oh man, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And I think it's because of this picture. I think it's because of this picture, right? And hearing me talk about the various things that this picture brought up for me, I think. And also, there's a few other things that happened. I I was telling a friend about the the Cornell, the study at Cornell I was telling you about, and she asked me why I haven't been going out because I mentioned to her in the course of talking about it. I was like, "Oh yeah, this would be great for me to give me a chance to get out and do something." She says, "Why haven't you been going out?" I was like, "I mean, no job, like nothing to do, nothing to do." And she was like, "What about your friends?" I was like, "Oh, yeah." I didn't answer her in full, but my friends, I mean, nothing wrong against my friends. It's just that I am dealing with so much. This show may not make it look like it, but I am dealing with so much. And this show is a very small smidgen of my goings on for the day, my goings on for the week. And so I don't hang out with my friends because they are expecting me to be who I was, be who I was instead of being who I am now. And even I am having trouble negotiating that gap between who I was and who I am now. I think I messed it up, but you get my point. That that my I have I have fear sometimes about reconnecting with friends because I'm like, oh, I don't know what they're going to be expected of me, and that has gone sideways a couple times. It's gone sideways very recently, and yeah, I won't be direct about it, but I was talking to someone on the phone who I haven't spoken to since the stroke, and he said something to me that was really hurtful. And so I've got to be careful about who I let into my life at this point, who I let into my life at this point, because I've got to. continue to set up barriers, right? Continue to set up barriers and only let people through that have some understanding of where I am and how I'm doing. So basically, my friendships now have been the other people who are going through things. The things that have the times that excuse me, the people who are also going through things, right? They've gone, my friendships have been people who are very skilled in the medical profession and people who have have also gone through something. It's also I've also gone through something recently, and I can relate to them. They can relate to me, and we can talk about these things. We talk about these things. Those things, those folks are the folks that I really gel with, and the people that have known me from before, I don't know. Like yeah, I don't know. It's been tricky. It's been tricky. So anyway, I let her know about all this that's happened, and 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 like maybe I'll send her this show. Maybe I'll let her, see this on the show. But yeah, it's just mm, it's just different. It's just different. All right. So anyway, I brought the information about the thing at Cornell just so I can give you the name of it. This is the title of the thing. It's called, you ready for this? Efficacy and target engagement of a digital intervention to improve depression and executive dysfunction after stroke. I mean, that's a long title. It's a long title, but this is what I'm doing at Cornell. So I am very grateful to be getting out, not just getting out. Well, getting out is part of it, but getting out with and interacting with people who understand, because you don't understand how difficult it is to talk to anyone who doesn't understand. Because see, people think that here is my starting point, and here I am Wednesday, and here I am Thursday, here's am Friday. People don't understand that on any given moment, the the footage can go like this. Any given moment, and sometimes like I was talking about this with my therapist, my my primary care physician. It's like, you emailed me before, and I'm like, yeah, I emailed you before. That doesn't mean that I remember how to email you again, right? Like I know now that you've told me that I've emailed you. I did not remember that I emailed you until you just told me. And now that you've told me, I remember there was some system that I had to go through. I don't remember the name of the system. You know what I mean? Like things that would occur to you to stick. You've done it once, let's do it again. No, I'm, you know, I'm sorry that doesn't feel that way, but it's not. It's not. And I've had to really get on myself. Well, practice getting off of myself about letting things happen too soon, or let me feel some kind of way, because man, you won't believe the things that I've discovered, and how I've had to trace them back. Like the other day, what's a good example I can give for you? A good example is, I was trying to find somebody. Well, I'll make a fun example. I was trying to find someone in a movie, right? Now, it's somebody I know because I've watched movies a lot, pre-stroke, all these things, right? And all of a sudden, I couldn't remember his name. I was like, oh man. And then I had to go to find him in a movie he was in by looking for for a big name who was already in that movie. Like I had to go through a big name. I think it was Bruce Willis or something. I go find Bruce Willis, and he's in that movie. He's got a faraway part, but he's got something in this movie. Find him, and then find the name of the movie, and then find out and scroll through all the movies and find the movie, and then scroll through all the movies and find the character. And you know, I can laugh about it now, but at the time I was very frustrated. I was very frustrated that I couldn't remember the person's name. And this happens to me all the time. This is not just doesn't just happen with me finding a movie. It happens with me doing daily things, real things. Like I'm supposed to like so for example, the doctor, I'm supposed to email the doctor, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, can't you just give me a straight email address? Can't you give me something direct? No, I gotta go try to find it. I'm like, oh man, I don't know how to find it yet, and I gotta figure out how to do it. But I'm telling you, people think that something that I do is stuck. That I've done something once, so therefore it's stuck in my head. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, you know. So that's something I think people should know. And also, I told you I went to a neuropsychologist today. One, not today, recently, this week, and she ultimately gave up her position and said that the neuropsychologist that I was already connected with was bigger and better than she was. But she she also described the first stroke. Now this first one I'm having trouble understanding. Well, not trouble understanding, but trouble dealing with. But apparently there's a first stroke that happened to me unbeknownst to me, that happened on the right side of my brain. Yeah, the right side of my brain. And so I've got a stroke on both sides of my brain. Like that's scary to me. And also that I've had two strokes. I went from being a one stroke person to a two stroke person in a matter of days. And now I've got two strokes. And that does something to me because it makes me not want to have a third. You know, it makes me not want to have a third. And so, in talking to her and talking to one of the other specialists who came by this week, it made me think that I am going to walk this marathon. Now I know that sounds like, oh, well, you said you'd do that anyway. Yeah, but I didn't really mean it. I didn't really mean it. Like last year when I did the marathon, and that was a big deal. That was a big deal. Me doing a marathon 3 months, 4 months off of having a stroke was a big deal. Off of a stroke that was considered lethal, big deal. Off of a stroke, and I couldn't even speak yet, big deal. Like all these things are important, but I tried them anyway. But I kept running during the course of the marathon. I kept running, and I was running, I was running, I was running, and I don't know why I kept running, but I kept running, and there would be moments where I stop and I would walk, but I kept running, and I want to make it clear to you that this time I am walking. I am walking because I don't want there to be a third stroke. I don't want there to be a third stroke. I do not want there to be a third stroke. And I am doing everything I can to minimize my stroke. Fee just texted me, have you gone out for your run yet? Nope, I haven't. Now that's also because the cloud cover was so heavy and it seemed later than usual. Wait a minute. It's well, you know what I'm saying. I'm saying that I thought it was earlier. It doesn't matter. I have not been on my run today. I'm going to go on my run today, but I am going to take it slow. I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to drink lots of water. I'm going to do the things that have been ascribed to me all the way along because I'm not letting there be no third stroke. I am not letting there be no third stroke. And this is why I'm doing this race. This is why I am doing this race to let people know that there is a me out here. There's a me out here. There's a version of them out here. There's a version of them who got hit with 2 strokes, right? That got hit with a deadly stroke, a fatal stroke, right? Like that couldn't talk, that who was subscribed, subscribed. I don't know if subscribed is the right word, but subscribed to use a wheelchair. Yes, to use a wheelchair, but I said no. To use a cane, yes, they assigned me to use the cane, but I said no, and that was hard too. Not using the cane was hard too. Being around my mom's house with that cane was hard. It was hard not using the cane, but I had to fight for everything. I had to fight for everything. I had to fight to get upstairs in my house at home because I knew that everybody put all these bars in front of me. These bars were very low hanging bars, but I knew when I had to push past one, push past another one, push past another one. And a marathon was the biggest thing I could think of. The biggest thing I could think of. And now I'm doing something bigger and better because I am raising money. I'm raising money to be the I don't even remember to be honest truth, but to be the person that raises the most money. Yes, the person who raises the most money during a marathon, right? And because that will help some other people hear about me. It will help some people hear about me that need to hear about me. They need to hear about me. You know, they need to hear about this young kid who went through it, who went from where I am here to where I am here, and then I've done it, and I've done it. And Melissa said something to me last night. She had her class last night, and I attended her class, and she said she called me. In shoot. Mm, I'm gonna have to remember that word before I come on her show today. I have to remember her word before on that. That unrestrained. Well, basically, it means it means that I can't be stopped. But you see that? You see that word was so important to me that I built this whole thing about. I'm gonna talk about that when I get to it on the show, and yet it gone. Like it it was right there. It was right there, and then now it's gone. And then it'll be back again some later time during the day, and it'll be gone again. It'll be like it'll be there like it was always there, and it'll be gone again. And it's very difficult to deal with. It's very difficult to deal with. And people who aren't in my situation keep saying, "Well, repeat it. Write down, repeat it." Like, yeah, but it's it's not. Uh, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain, but anyway, uh, Ashe. Ashe. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it. I've had a busy day, busy week. I've had a busy week every week since I have had the stroke, and every week there's something else. Every week there's something else, and I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I'm doing my best, and sometimes my best isn't so good, but it's good enough. It's good enough to raise one raise myself one step further, you know. But this guy is the guy I want to remember. The guy I want to remember because he's been through so much in such a short period of time, and and he's made it a long way. He's made a long way past a lot of things that you wouldn't even expect. Ashe, Ashe. All right, let me check the social stats. Oh, before I do that, let me make sure I don't forget to say that Fee Kings, Booty Builder, Bra Fat, No More Fupa. Class is going on now. Class is going on now. So please, please, please subscribe to our class. Go to fee hyphen fee-king.com. Fee-king.com and find the information there. Okay, so I got that out the way. Yes, got that out the way. All right, so now let's go to the comments. Oh, Fee King wrote a lot today. Fatima, Fee's introducing a lot of people. You survived a stroke? Yes, I did, Fee King. Praise God for the donation. Yes, praise God. Praise God for that. And good morning, Fatima. I like that you use the word footage, huh? Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Fatima saying, very true. We still have to realize that the brain is a unique thing. Doctors have some answers, but not all not all things. There are still unexplainable things happening in this medical world science in regards to the brain. Yes, yes, that is so true, and I need some answers. I do. I need some answers. I do. I need some answers. But regardless, I'm not going to go there right now. Right now, I'm getting ready for the marathon, and I'm going to walk the marathon, and I know how to do it now, and I'm going to prove to myself that there's other people like me that need to be seen by me. Hope that makes sense. All right. Focus only on what you want, not what you don't want. Thank you, Fee King. Unstoppable. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with for now. Unstoppable. That's not the word, but that's where I'm going with now. Unstoppable. I am unstoppable. Unstoppable. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, folks. That's my time. Once again, I expect to plan my Fridays to be like this, the sidebar picture of me, and talk about what it means, what being sick in this way means this week. You know, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And Ashe, Ashe, and remember that now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. I'll see you later. Peace.